Morning, everyone. This is Sean Butner with Start Your Morning with the High Performance Coach, and I'm really excited to bring the fifth and final part of a five-part series entitled How to Handle Change Fatigue. Because with all the changes going on at work, in the world, politically, economically, any which way you can imagine it, there's been a lot of people that I've coached, that I've talked to, friends and family, that have just said, hey, I'm sick of it. So, in previous episodes, on Monday we talked about mindsets, on Tuesday we talked about some different types of energy exercises that can help you manage some of the stress of change. On Wednesday we talked about being a little bit more decisive and how to get into action and get moving, because sometimes we get stuck when there's a lot of change. We don't know what to do next. Yesterday we talked about how to keep productive when everything seems to be changing around you, because again, knowing what's important and keeping on track to your main goals is super important in feeling progress and feeling that you're making forward momentum, even if there's hiccups along the way. And today we're talking about what happens when you're so stressed, it messes up your communication, right? And I've seen this so many times in corporate America, myself, in my interactions with the world and my relationship with stress. And either you're going to get angry, let your emotions take over, and then you say things that you don't mean, or maybe you just completely shut down and everyone doesn't even realize that you're struggling, or you don't feel like you can speak up and speak out and say, hey, this isn't working, we need to fix it. So there's all these different things, but the common thing is this overriding stress causes people to act weird, right? So, I had an experience at one of my jobs where there was a guy that I was friendly with who was in all the meetings I was in, that asked for personal help, had emails, instant messenger, any type of way you could think of to communicate what was going on the project. He was there, we did it, and he still just could not figure out what was going on. And so, he started getting passive aggressive with me, and I'm like, hey, you were in the meetings, there were emails, you were told to do it this way, not that way, and he just exploded, right? And he's screaming in my face, calling me all sorts of names and swears, and in that moment, and if you've ever had that experience, you have the impulse to fight back, to start screaming, to start yelling, to escalate it, and lucky for me, my head was like, hey, we need to cool this down. So go grab the manager, go start talking this through, act calmly, and don't raise your voice, and it'll naturally de-escalate. And that's ultimately what happened. So in that particular case, I think that guy was super stressed out and that was taking it out on me. But I don't know. So sometimes you don't know these things, but that's a definite thing, or example of being overcome by emotion. Usually how I react in those situations is to completely shut down. So to contrast that, I'll not communicate at all when I'm stressed out or upset historically, right? I've done a lot of work on that. But in those cases, you have to, so I want to address that case because it could be, you just beat yourself up or you take it and life goes on. If you're starting to have the really negative thoughts about you deserve to go ask for help. So if it's like a suicide thing or self-harm thing, definitely seek out a mental health professional. I just wanted to mention that right now. But if you're not that extreme, you have not come up, with any type of self-harm plans or anything, you're just kind of not communicating, the best thing you can do is to find people you trust to talk about it. Get the emotion out a little bit so it doesn't continue to hurt your self-esteem, and that kind of stuff. Or it doesn't get you to the point where then you go into case one and explode after a lot of slow buildup. That has definitely happened to me too. So, all right. So how can we communicate in change in a way that's going to help us manage stress, right? That's kind of what the question is, or it is the question. It's not kind of. So, first off, you have to be able to talk directly. Say, hey, I'm stressing out about this, right? That quick, doesn't have to have over explanation. It's just, I'm stressing it. When this happens, I'm getting stressed out right now. So number one, directly communicate what's going on to a manager, to your support group, your therapist, if that is part of that group too. Second thing is to try to get perspective. So take a break, take a couple of deep breaths, and think like what would be the best intentions in the moment. Start to reflect, try to get some different perspective. Oh, this person is stressing out this way and it's impacting me this way, or this person just is, but assuming that positive intent to a lot of things, even if it's not correct, or even if the people are being jerks and purposely vindictive, it's more for your psychology to say, okay, well, maybe this isn't such a direct threat. The third thing to do when you're stressing out and it's impacting how you're communicating is to, so you took a breath, and you kind of try to find different perspective. It's to, find a different way to let some of those emotions out. So I'm a big fan of, doing some types of workouts, go run, that's kind of stuff to clear your head, because it really worked for me when I was struggling with student debt way back in the day. When it was just, I couldn't sleep, that was all I thought about, and life generally just was miserable because of it. So, but yeah, running really saved me there. So, and when you clear out that emotions, you kind of are able to then communicate more clearly. You don't say kind of a lot like I am today. I think it's just early. So, any case, guys, I hope you found that helpful. Hope you like the series. We'll have another problem that we'll focus on next week, during the week. We'll go through a couple of different angles to attack it. So I look forward to doing that for you. Do the social media thing. If wherever you're watching this, comment, like, share, thumbs up, subscribe, wherever you're watching this. That would be super helpful. And share it with a couple friends if you think this would be helpful also for them. One last thing, if you would like more strategies, more tactics to help you manage stress or to help you advance quicker in your life, you can check out the link in my bio or below this video to SeanButler.com/secrets, which is a free video I recorded for you all on the 6 secrets of success and how you can implement those and how anyone can implement them to achieve more results in their life. So hope you like that, guys. Happy Friday. Glad to do this for you, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care.